G'day. How are we all? I'm good. Gonna do this video over 2 days, so we'll go back in time a little bit, have a look. Had some rain. It rained yesterday all day. It was lovely. I think we got about 15 mil, and that put the swales into operation, and I've changed the swales as well. So today is doing day. I'll take you around and show you what I'm going to do. First though, I'll show you this swale that I have redesigned. So remember, it used to go down and to the left around the front of the berm, so I thought that was a bit of a waste of water, and I've redirected it. Dug a little hole under the sleeper and into the middle of the yard, and you can see that it has been full, well, relatively full overnight. You can see it's a lot smoother than when I dug it, so that's worked. I'm going to put my slug trap over the top of it like a little bridge. Do that now, and while I do that, we can check for slugs. Let's have a look. It does work, this thing. What do we got? They usually hide actually under here. Slugs. Not today. Alright, so we'll move that. It does work, this. I've got about 7 slugs. I just don't think that there's many here. Here's my carrot forest. Probably should thin them out a little bit. Nah. This marshmallow weed I've got here is being hit really hard with something, but nothing's bothering my cabbages. So I'm wondering whether I've accidentally planted a trap crop, or they're probably just different pests. Well, yeah, go hard, eat that marshmallow. You don't want that, Smushy. Actually, you probably do. Look at Aussie land hippo. What are you doing? What can you smell? You can smell worms, can't you? I know they're in here. I haven't found any yet. So let's go and have a quick look over here. Chickens haven't been let out for days. They are not happy, but my green cover, my green mulch is growing, so probably gonna have to stay in there for another couple of days, girls. It's getting a nice little spread of green over there. One cool thing, this is really cool. This blue metal, this dolomite or crushed gravel, whatever you want to call it, after the rain, it's like it gets washed, and you probably can't see it on film, but it sparkles. So I have sparkly pathways in my garden. So that was unintended, but it's pretty cool. I only just noticed it this morning. I was like, why is my whole yard sparkling? So yeah, that's wicked. Let's have a look. Smushy, Grace has been in here because she's had a poop. Good on you. What have we used from here since I've been here? Quite a bit, as it turns out. So celery, we've got normal broccoli, broccolini, we've got Chinese broccoli. We have, all my calendulas have come up. They're really pretty. We've got coriander, which actually, is that starting to bolt? Shouldn't be. Parsley we've used, warrigal greens we've used, and for the rest of the property, baby spinach we've used. The rest of the property we've used saltbush. Smushy, get out of there. Go on. Out you get. Go on. Hey, out. Go on. Yeah, saltbush, basil, walking onions, chilies, mulberries. That might be about it. Rosemary. Yeah, so in 2.5 months, we've managed to actually get some food out of this garden, which is great, which is what it's for in the end. And we've got, I think we've got a fair bit done, but today is a doing day. It's quite nice. So I'm going to go up the top. I'm going to chip all that stuff in the back of the ute, which I'll show you, and I'm going to move some stuff around. Somebody mentioned those palm fronds and called it a carbon bank, and I'd never heard that term before, but I really like it, so that's what I'm going to call it from now on. Thank you for whoever suggested that. So we'll build the carbon bank a little bit more, and then we'll see how we go. I think we can get a fair bit more done than that. I've also got to clean this yard up. I really would like to see what this place looks like without all my rubbish laying around it, so that's on the agenda as well. And if I even get enough time, I might start looking at those pavers down the bottom in the grass area, just to see how easy they are to pull up. Get a bit of research done. Alright, let's get going. Got things to do. I did manage to get all that stuff in the ute, which was cool. Jumped on it a fair bit. It's pretty solid. There's a lot in there, so that's going into the compost heap today, very shortly. Is it not, Grace? Look at you. Come on, in you come. We got this heap I have to do something with because it's in the way. Not sure about putting big lumps of dry wood through that chipper. It'll chip them, but don't like it. The little stuff will be fine. And, well, hello, Satan. I'll stop calling you that when you start behaving, all right? Let's see how she goes today. I think we've got the hang of it. And we'll go back to calling her Dorothy. Now, it's a bit dry, this heat. Let's see where it's running. Look out, Smush. Not yours. Go on. Still up in the active zone. You can see Smush has got into it again. It's all he comes outside for, is to check this. Otherwise, you'll find him on the couch. So we're going to push this back closer to those. But what I might do is I might chip over the back first and then lasagna this onto it and water it a couple of times. And that should get it going, and that will be the last time I put any more into this. Remember what this was? You probably don't know. Originally, it was just a pile of wood chip and some grass that I had in the ute, basically the second day I lived here. So we know it's 2.5 months old, and since then it's had a couple of trees put into it at least, and yeah, some work stuff. So it's eaten plenty of organic matter, which is what you want it to do. I had a bin at, slowly pan around so I don't make you guys dizzy. I've got to use these buckets as pots. I've just got to get stuff organised. So yeah, I had a bin at the other house that was 1 metre by 1 metre by 1/2 metre. So not really the dimensions that it should be. But it used to just eat stuff, and it would stay hot because I'd supercharge it with chicken poo. The only problem with it is that it was super rich, so it was a supplement, a fertiliser, rather than just that compost that you can use to put seedlings in, which I don't, but I used to, and I don't anymore. So yeah, it was really, really rich, but to counteract that, after a couple of years of doing that and killing a lot of plants, I started doing something like this right along the back fence on a smaller scale. Although I would say I've probably put this amount of palm leaves easily into the back of that other yard, and once the dirt gets on top of them, they disappear really quickly. So we're calling it a carbon bank. I really like that. So we're going to get the stuff on the left that we just zoomed past, and we're going to put that on here. And there's no reason I can't use some of that stuff as well for the compost. But for the moment, we'll just put it on here. Then when we sluice it, we should have a lovely rock wall along here. And it's not something I had thought about, but yeah, I reckon it will look pretty darn good. So, round 4. Let's see how she goes today. Let's see how we go today. Let's check this is right. Good to go. All right. We're about 1/3 of the way through. There's a lot more there than I expected, which is great. Look out, Smushy, get out of it. I can't get the door back on the shed. I've knocked it off the rollers, so this bush head has a free pass apparently. So look at it, it's pretty big. That's 2 meters by 75 centimeters by 1.5 meters. And I've got, I'll show you right now actually, I've got a heap of it still in the ute. So it's looking really, really good. So that's where we're at. I've barely made a dent in it actually. And I've got all this stuff on the ground as well, which the compost is going to love. So we'll keep going. Plenty there, plenty there. Come on, let's go. Ute is empty. Well, mainly empty. Not much point getting that stuff out. I'm just going to fill it up again. Smushy's head is empty. Not you, huh, Grace? You're too smart. Got this done. It's really, really good. Really, really good. Yippee-ki-yay, mother buckets. So what I've done is I've squared it up so I can get it a bit hotter, a bit closer to the sides, a bit more mass. You can see that temps dropped right off. So that's around about ambient at the moment, probably a bit higher. We'll come back and have a look at that temperature later on because I feel like it's probably going to get going pretty fast now, this pile. And I would expect it to stay hot, hopefully, for about a week. Then I'll need to turn it again. The good thing is, with this turn, I think I've got most of the twigs out, which is what makes it hard to turn. You can hear me puffing because I've been in there. I'll put the grass on the top, nice thin layer of grass up there. And yeah, we're just going to have to cover this up, keep the smush monster out of it somehow with a broken roller door. So yeah, the reason I'm doing this in here right now, it'll always be in here actually. This is going to be the worm farm, the biology factory. So what I'm trying to do is compost this down to a level that worms can eat it, and then we'll unleash the beast in here probably in about a month. So I'm trying to get those bins inside really going. I'll show you what I've done with them. So I can put one of them in here and the other one will remain a breeding bin, and we'll keep splitting that until I can create a bigger breeding bin. So the aim of this is to get the worms in. The worms will re-eat it all again. They'll take a while because there's bugger all worms. So again, we're probably going to have to keep it pretty moist so they can breed. And they will, hopefully. Probably a little bit better than what I'm doing in the bins. Because it keeps the moisture up in such a large bulk. So they eat this, and then eventually they'll run out of food, and we will start feeding them on this front face. And the reason we do that is because we can then come in with whatever, shovel, wheelbarrow, backhoe, whatever. We can come into the back and we can grab the worm castings. And that's where the money's at in worms, not selling them. Certainly not. It takes a lot of time. So I'm not even getting into selling worms. It's just going to be the compost, and then the worm castings are the premium product. So we need to do a lot of trials on that and see what they actually do. And that's why I keep talking about worms as well, because I want to know what they do. I've got a pretty good understanding of what they actually do to the soil, but I want to see some real life stuff. So soon, once we get all this running, this whole yard is going to be worms. Worms, worms, worms everywhere. And it's going to be a real life experiment. Back to calling her Dorothy, we have an understanding. Basically got a baseball pitch light stuff in here because it just doesn't grab it that well. The heavy stuff's really, really good. So yeah, basically got a baseball pitch that stuff in there so it'll pick it up, but it works. All right, I am going to move this now And then I'm going to go down and do some work in the bottom yard. Worms. These two boxes in my lounge room are the genesis. They are the seed. They are everything that this farm will be built on, and it looks minute at the moment. I know. There's probably I don't know, a couple of thousand worms in there, really. Let's have a look and see how they're going. I've pushed them closer together, so you see I'm only using a third or 2/3 of the bin. That's because I want to push them together, because I want them to blink. Bow, 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 bow. Can you see them? There's some up the top there, but they're not quite up the top. Yeah, I gave them a little feed yesterday. You see, that's an old salad that we had last night. It was delicious. Thanks, Leah. So yeah, this is basically what we're doing. We're compressing them. I've given them some rainwater, given them some moisture, and blink away. Blink away. Have a look at this. This has been bone dry. I actually know already, this is how small this community is, I actually know the people that own the properties that this runs through already. So yeah, small town. But yeah, look at it all. It's all going into the American River, I believe it's called, or the Gawler River, and will flow out to sea, I guess, but see how much it's been raining here today. How nice is that? That's lovely. It's on my street. Awesome. This is Anguston. This is the nearest nearest town to us. It's pretty historic. It's old for Australian standards anyway. 1851, I think, 1852, somewhere around there. So that's just a park. There's a bit of a war memorial there. The reason I am taking you here, my house is up that way, up that road about a minute and a half. The reason I'm taking you here is because another thing I've never seen before. Never seen that before. All that water. You know, as I get older, and I'm not sure if wiser is the term, but older, I appreciate water and streams more and more and more. How important is it? So important to us. So important to us. It's a beautiful spot, this. The obligatory sunset shot. That's the Barossa. That's where the weather comes from, over that side, and to the right of the screen is north. That's where the sun comes from. So, weather comes from about there. My house is just there, through, well, at the top of that gum tree in the middle of the screen. So, and there's me old ute. Well, not me old ute. Hey, I'll tell you a story about this ute. I didn't want to buy it because I'm a tight ass, right? Permaculture tight ass. Did not want to buy a new ute. Had a old Ford Ranger, had about 350 Ks on the clock, and was awesome. Was better than this. Didn't have the air conditioning or the power locking or all the fancy stuff, but it was faster, and it was good enough for me, just like this trailer. Now, I thought about buying a new trailer, and you can see, probably need one, but you know, this thing's got wheels, it works, and a new trailer's expensive. And even though I've broken the front off it, well, it broke the front off itself, didn't you, girl? I still love it. So there's all that stuff. And I need the chip, got to eat grass in there too. So yeah, winter time in the Barossa. It's not bad, it's not terrible, it's cold, it's wet, but I love it. And the valley is really, really starting to get green. This rain will reinforce that rain we had last week, and then this will go to about Tuesday. By the sound of it, we're going to get heats, and all the canola and the wheat will start to go nuts. A bit late, but better late than never. Gee, it's nice just to get stuff organised, get stuff tidy. This is what I see every day. Well, not as clean as this normally, but every day when I walk up here. And generally in the morning I'll walk up and I'll sit in one of these chairs or sit on one of the retaining walls and just chill for 10 minutes. This will be a little barbecue area. I got a little really simple $80 three-legged flat plate, which I'm going to put here and connect to that gas bottle so I can cook snags in the middle of the day and have a feed. And yeah, all these woks have got to go. One caveat to what I said I was going to do is I decided not to attack these pavers. You see them? I thought I'd dig a swale instead. But did I get everything done that I said I was going to? Yeah, I did. Feels good. Feels good. And it's nice to show you what the yard looks like now. I'm not sure if you guys notice a whole heap of difference, but certainly I do, I guess. But then I'm here every day. So what I've done is I've actually dug this swale down here. I haven't finished it yet. I'm going to dig a nice big hole there to catch some water. And I've kept it off the hoop house because I think that hoop house gets enough water. And this really, I was thinking about it. I'm like, what do I want to achieve? And I thought, I really just want to get the water into the ground. So come spring and summer, and it goes back to the brown that it was that you've seen so far, then we'll have all this stored water. Thousands, tens of thousands of litres. Who knows, maybe hundreds of thousands. All right, you've got half an hour till sunset. We will let you out. I love letting them out. I can't lie. I wasn't going to, but come on, girls. What I'm going to do, they are going to nail that wheat straight away. Yep. So I had to leave that cover on it because the other wheat that I took the covers off is decimated. But what I am going to do is I'm going to lure them down to this grass with a bowl of bread and a little bit of chicken talk. Let's have a look. Chook, 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 chooks. Come on. Come on. Come on, chookies. No, you've gone in the yard. Yep, he's smart. Come on, chooks. Come on, chook, 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 chooks. So, we'll just dump that bread down there. They'll get into it. Got to keep an eye on the dogs. Got to keep an eye on the land hippo. He loves bread. Come on. Chook, chook, chook. You silly buggers. You are in the garden, aren't you? We'll have to get you out of there. Actually, don't mind if they go in here now. Plants are surviving. Yeah, good girl. Go on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Chook, 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 chook. There you go. You knew what you were trying to achieve. And this basket will double as an egg collection device because I haven't checked for a couple of days. So I'll go in there in a sec and I will check them. These swales are working great. Who would have thought that micro swales were an actual thing in a space like this? But in dry climates, you know, why not? Why not? So you can see everything's losing its leaves. That swale's going to work really, really well, I think. I'm hoping not too well. The garlic I planted last week, I'm actually really worried about because I'm hoping it hasn't rotted. But I think because it's built in a berm and it dries out a bit, it's sitting on a hard pan, that maybe we should be all right. But yeah, I'm desperately hoping the 50 or 60 odd cloves of garlic that I planted in here will come up. That would be lovely. All right, let's go and have a look at the top, then I'll let you go. The carbon bank. Really like that term. I know I've said it a couple of times, but really do like it. This big fork here, I got no idea where it came from. It wasn't mine. It's not Beshy's. And it must have been left here by the previous owners, but it really is a good tool. And I've sorted this stuff out. So there's my carbon bank. That'll slowly compost. It's actually had a bit of compostation in it, going on in it. So that's cool. Bit of biology already started, and this I will chop up for firewood. I've actually got a customer that will buy a wood chip off me, but I've not yet decided whether I will sell it or not. I think it's probably more valuable here. Speaking about valuable, this chipper has the potential to become the best money-making tool I have. Right up until now, it's probably the pole pruner. If I'm being honest, it's probably the shovel, because the shovel costs about $20. So the amount of money you make off one shovel is pretty amazing. But it's got me thinking as well. I think I need a machine like the multi one. Ideally I'd have the multi one, but there we go. It's crept up. I've actually given it a water, and the water's about 8 degrees, so that slowed it down a little bit. We'll get the worms in here. Again, I'll explain it. The worms will be fed on the front. They will migrate from the back once they've finished with the food in there, and they'll come up to the delicious stuff that we're feeding it on the front. They will always be in the front foot of the wedge, and that will always be beautiful worm castings. That's the plan anyway. So I am going to make this a lot higher, a lot bigger. But you've seen how much has gone into it. So for now, we'll leave it because I really want to get the compost going and I really want to get the worms in here like I explained before. So that's about it, guys. Longer video, way longer video. There was just a lot of stuff going on. We got the micro swales done. Everything's planted in that top bit. We got this area sorted out. I spend way more time up here than I do down there. That is basically, those plants and that garden will be the consequence of the work that I do up here. Soil. Soil, 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 soil. Without it, I really have nothing. And it's all free. When I say free, I'm basically swap and sweat equity for a resource. And I've got more nutrients than I can handle, which is a farmer's dream or a gardener's dream. You know, like it really is a sum total gain. Nutrients in, nutrients out. Turn nutrients into edible crops and do what you will with those. So these are all nutrients, and it's all free nutrients, and it's all just from people doing other jobs. You know, not everybody can be a gardener. Not everybody is going to be able to do this, and that's what will keep it going, I guess. People got other stuff to do. People got jobs. They're busy. I'm showing you this, one, because there's a chicken in it. Hey, Jules. Two, this is actually my dog poo manure pile. I have so much dog poo. You can imagine what Smushy and Grace, well, just Smushy produces kilos of the stuff. And theoretically, it should be good stuff, right? It's premium dog food, whatever that is. I don't know. I don't see them make it. But yeah, certainly costs enough money. What are you doing? I gave you bread. Yeah, there you go. Chickens are done. Where's Jules? I don't know. Where's Smushy? He should be there. He should be land hippoing. Anyway, guys, I've had a ripping day. It's just bloody nice to get stuff done and get stuff organised and get a clean palette to work with. You know what I mean? Like now I can go forward. Now I can see the plan, and we can really start moving. And I feel like this place is really getting going now. Once that excavator comes in, those compost bins and that worm farm is set up, then you know I'm just going to bring in as much green waste as I can. So it's going. It's keeping me awake at night, at least some of it. So anyway, guys, have a lucky day. Have a great week. I hope you like this video. I'll speak with you soon. Bye now.